What's up guys, it's Zach and welcome back to my channel. This is like the 15th time I've tried to record this video. I am just struggling so much with making this video and I seriously do not know what it is. So it's going to be a little bit late today because I'm recording this really late, so I got to edit it together really quickly. So I apologize if this video is definitely not as good as I want it to be. But a lot of Rehydrated news has come out recently in terms of things that are being updated to the game, a new platform it's coming out on, and I even have a theory about the game which hopefully makes sense to you guys. So, I don't know what else to say besides, you know, it's 2021 and I'm still covering Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated. It feels weird that this game isn't just kind of done in history at this point. We're still kind of talking about it, kind of weird, but hey, we'll just roll with it. So without any further ado, let's get into the actual video. So firstly, I want to give a huge congratulations and a huge shout out to Sheriff the Great as well as the community who really spearheaded the movement to get the music, the true stereo soundtrack of Battle for Bikini Bottom out in the public domain. It was really cool to see, you know, the community really come together and get this music made. Sheriff did a lot of work contacting the original composers for Battle for Bikini Bottom and of course THQ Nordic. Just so many people were involved in this process and it's really cool to see this music being released to the public. So if you want to listen to this music, there are a couple ways you can do so. Firstly, if you have the soundtrack that goes along with the Steam version of Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated, it should be updated now to have the true stereo soundtrack in it and you don't have to pay anything extra. So if you have that soundtrack, you automatically have access to the true stereo versions of the music. If you want to get the soundtrack, it's like $3 or $4. It's pretty cheap and you get to download the music and keep it on your computer. So that is really cool. Or, if you want an easier way and a free way, Sheriff the Great has uploaded the complete soundtrack on his channel. And, he has timestamps and everything, so that you can go to whatever song you want. So that is really cool. But an extra bonus is that there's also on his channel, not on the Steam soundtrack, the cutscene music. The music that played in the cutscenes. Now, this is the first time that music has been released ever. And let alone in the true stereo format, this is the first time that soundtrack, or those songs have ever been released. So that is super cool. So I really got to give a huge congratulations, like I said, to Sheriff the Great and the community for getting the soundtracks out there for us to listen to. Unfortunately, it wasn't implemented in the game. If it will ever be implemented in the game, I don't know. It might be, it might not be. I have no clue. But it's really cool to see it come out nonetheless, and yeah. So next up, let's talk about this mobile game. This mobile game just got randomly announced the other day, and it's really interesting to see because it's been 7 months almost since Rehydrated came out on the consoles, and now it's getting a mobile port. It got a Stadia port last month, sure, but now it's getting a mobile port, which, okay, interesting. It's being done by a studio called Handy Games. Now, this is where I get confused a little bit. I don't know if they're exactly working on the port, like they get the game from Purple Lamp and they actually go in and make tweaks, or if Purple Lamp kind of made the port and Handy Games kind of compressed it to make it work on mobile devices. I'm still not really sure how all that worked out, and it's really weird. There's just not much known about this. In fact, only until recently, like a couple hours ago, or not even a couple hours ago, I didn't know there was actually a trailer for the mobile version. Like, the mobile version has gameplay out there. I thought they were just screenshots, but no, there's actual full gameplay. So, I'm going to actually show you guys the trailer. I'm not going to react to it or anything like that because it's kind of pointless at this point. So I'm just going to show you guys the trailer, and I'm going to talk about my thoughts about the trailer. So, here you guys go. So yes, that was the trailer. Visually, in terms of the graphics, it looks pretty good. The textures aren't bad. It looks visually like the Xbox and PlayStation versions. Like, personally, for what I've noticed, it definitely looks better visually than the Switch version, which I think is kind of interesting, that the mobile phone version of Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated looks better than the Switch version, one of the main console versions, but I digress. But the problem I do have with it is that it looks like it runs really slowly. I don't know if it's like a frame drop thing or if it's just the game running really slowly, but Spongebob looks like he's like walking in sludge and he's just like really slow, and it just doesn't look natural. It doesn't look right. I don't know if that's just me, but let me know down in the comments, guys, what you think. Personally, I think it looks slow, but, you know, maybe I'm just off. Let's get into some of the finer details about the game. I'm still a little unsure about the cost because I've seen many different things, but I'm pretty certain it's $8.99 on the App Store and Google Play. So $9, you know, it's probably between $8 to $10, which I think is a decent price for a mobile port of the game, because I wouldn't want it to be the full $30, you know, that'd be a bit ridiculous. And many people were kind of questioning why the mobile version wasn't announced until this late, but I think it makes sense, because if they announced the mobile version earlier or released it earlier, it would have definitely taken away sales from the main console versions. So I really think that it's like nice that they kind of held off so that it didn't take the steam away from the console versions. But, you know, I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just that, you know, they didn't think they wanted to do it until now. I don't know. I think it's more so of a business move that they didn't, you know, release it, because they would have made less money selling a bunch of the $8 versions rather than a bunch of the $6 or $30 versions. But what do I know? But yes, it's also coming out on January 21st, so less than 3 weeks away. It's really close. Like, it's shocking how close it is to release. Less than 3 weeks. And I don't know, it's really weird. It's going to have controller support. It's going to support Xbox and PlayStation controllers, so you won't have to rely on just the touchscreen controls, which it also offers touchscreen controls. So, yeah, and there's also going to be no microtransactions. Thank God. No microtransactions, none of that. It's just $8.99 or whatever the base price is, you get the full game. Boom, bam, done. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. One thing I'm wondering, though, is what version of the game is this? Is this a version that is specifically a mobile version? Or is it one of the other versions, like the Xbox, the PlayStation, or the Switch version, kind of conformed to be a mobile version? Because I would have thought the Switch version would have been conformed to be this mobile version, but the mobile version looks a bit too nice to be legit the Switch version, which is kind of going into a theory that I'm wondering. I'm wondering if there's going to be a patch soon that supports all of the platforms, because of the fact that the mobile version does look really nice, and in my opinion a bit too nice for what I think a mobile version would look like. Now granted, it runs pretty sluggishly, again from what I noticed, but it still looks really nice. So I'm really curious if there is going to be a patch that makes the game look optimized on mobile and the Switch. That's kind of what I'm looking forward to, that's kind of what I'm hoping. Like, I mean, at this point, right, this is the final version, probably, of Rehydrated to probably ever be released. There's really not much else they can release it on at this point. So, I think it'd be a great thing to just release the final patch to make the game optimized for the Switch and mobile, and just fix up all the little bugs in the other versions, especially since the last patch didn't do anything at all besides adding another language, and have this be patch 1.1, not 1.0.5, 1.1. This is a big patch coming to every single platform, and it makes the game run good on every single platform, look good on every single platform, fixes things like the bubble bowl physics, the sound effects, you know, the Hans, fixes everything, and just on all consoles, everything. I'm really hoping that's the case. I'm just trying to be optimistic at this point, because I know THQ Nordic and Purple Lamp are listening to the fans. I know they are. I know they want our feedback. I know they're trying to make this game great. But I am getting to the point where it's been 7 months. I'm starting to get a little bit impatient waiting for the Switch version specifically to actually be really good. Simply because that's the only version I have. I mean, I bought the PC version, but it doesn't run well on my PC. So I'm just patiently waiting for the game to be good. And this is just me being optimistic. I hope Purple Lamp and THQ Nordic really do fix the Switch version up, you know, with the mobile version coming out. Because if the mobile version runs better than the Switch version, then I don't even know what I'm going to say at that point, to be honest. Like, if the mobile version is better than the Switch version, Like, what can I say at that point? So, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. All the stuff down below. Click on the notification bell so you're notified of when I upload videos. And definitely check out the merch store. There's some cool ZakPak merch up on there. And, yeah. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. And until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video.